Morning everyone, Fino here with the first impressions for Io, the 4-star ruler who was introduced with the new Yamatai-koku 2 event. Himiko's sister, if I understand it correctly. She's the welfare and you can max Ascender pretty early into that event too. Io has passive poison and burn immunity, which makes her like a possible niche choice against bosses that spam those effects. Her first skill is a 3-turn arts buff and also has a substantial 50% anti-divine buff, with AoE curse on demand. The side effects are situational, but the arts buff will be relevant if you try to farm with her. Also, as a ruler, her early skill materials are quite lenient, unless you slacked on JP Lottos like I did. Trust me, you do not want to farm gold caster gems the hard way. Terrible waste of AP. Skill 2 is a battery ranging from 20 to 30% based on level, with single turn star absorption and crit damage for Io's arts cards. 30% puts her in the sweet spot to hit 50% with her append, widening her craft essence options. And while you don't want to plan around undershooting damage, if you do, the crit effect can help Io finish her target off, or at least prep for a follow-up NP. Skill 3 is a party attack buff, with bog standard magnitude, a flat 10 stars, and most strangely a buff to wild beast ally crit damage. That's a category of servant that includes Hessian Lobo, Taiga, Ivan, Tamacat, and Yalter, and a few others. Frankly, I think this synergy exists only on paper, and it's bait. A lot of those servants are either quick or buster based, meaning her arts focused kit is gonna clash. You also can't build an engine on Io dropping 10 stars. The buster servants are going to want way more to actually get a crit in the first place. Thankfully, Io has a passive that gives her the wild beast trait, meaning she's at least a valid recipient for her own buff. Her NP is an AoE arts attack with preemptive NP damage, a curse amp, and also a curse to go along with it. The last part scales with overcharge. I suppose against stubborn or boss enemies, you can build up a nasty curse stack. Its hit count is 4, which is on the lower side. This causes her a few problems and is obviously the most troubling against berserkers, which is unfortunate because they're the only standard class Io gets bonus damage against. I took Io into the Lost Belt 4 Zerk node and it wasn't even close. I'd have to give up Black Rail in favor of something with starting charge or maybe an NP gain effect. There is a silver lining though. The NP damage effect is multi-turn, meaning Io can actually build power as she loops. If she can loop. With Fragment of 2004, a flat charge Mystic Code, or maybe her append skill, you can get a little extra to try and make her matchups work. Then again, her attack stat is the lowest of all rulers, meaning you really need those buffs to get the job done. Overall, her kit's a bit wishy-washy for my taste with the wild beast support and the curse mechanics, but as an AoE art servant, she's a potentially usable farmer, if not a super reliable one. For a free servant, I'd call that acceptable. She might have some uses in boss encounters, but keep in mind that she has no protection of her own. Odds are you'll be leaning heavily on Castoria to keep her alive. That's all for now. See you later.